I'm sorry, Lieutenant. You can be sure the Dean will be with you in a few moments.
That's all right, ma'am. We're used to it.
Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Dean's List. Now, I haven't done one of these joints in a minute. So tonight's feature presentation is the top scariest videos of the year, 2024. Let's get it, y'all.
His night starts off great until this happens to him.
Uh-oh.
The knock he just heard ran shivers down his spine.
Hell yeah. I never got why people like to camp alone and shit. Shit don't make no sense. Footsteps outside. Oh shit.
I hear somebody walking outside.
Word.
And they knocked.
Yo, that's crazy. You hear that shit? I'll lick a shot. Bow! Get the fuck away from my shit. Turn the lights off. They already know you in there, boy.
I can still hear them walking outside.
I can only imagine the fear he is experiencing right now,
Word.
not knowing who is out there.
Fuck
And
that.
what do they want?
I will be shook to death. Shitting on myself. I would have had to come out firing. Morning.
Okay, this chair was over here by that table last night when I went to bed.
Yeah, somebody moved that
last
shit.
time I went outside.
This will probably be his last camping trip.
You
He
damn
goes on
right.
by himself. The woods can be very creepy indeed.
Yo, somebody over there and shit.
I'm out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, you bugged the fuck out, bruh.
Why is there a tent? Like right down the road from where I was camping. I haven't seen anybody. I haven't seen another person in miles and miles. I haven't seen anybody. And what's the deal with the truck? The guy in the truck. There was a guy sitting in a truck on the side of the road.
Yo, that shit is...
A dark colored Ford or something. I think it was a Ford. Just sitting there.
Yeah, man. You wanna go camping and shit, you bug the fuck out. Look at that shit.
Number 2.
Motherfucker chilling.
In this weird video, a hiker by the name of James Rankin had been hiking in Berkeley-Jackson County Park. He was walking through the woods and everything was fine until he saw this one certain area covered with missing people from different US states.
Oh,
This is very strange indeed.
Wow.
We're deep in the woods. Sort of, we're like on the border, because like there's a side of the woods where there's people's houses. But I came to a trail that led to a trail that led to a trail up the hill. But I saw what looked like a fire pit. Now remember, we're still in the woods. We're still in the woods. I don't know what this is. Do you see the trees? The white. Okay. I was like, okay, these are probably no trespassing signs, or maybe it's something for the wildlife or something. Look what these are.
That's crazy. Who the fuck put them shits up?
What is going on in here? This is Utah, Florida. They're all different. They're all different. Every single one. This one's from Georgia.
Wow.
I'm like, who the does something like this? And we got this one. And this obviously, you can tell, these aren't new. Like, not just that this is 2012, Noblesville, Indiana, right? Look at the tape, look at the water damage. Bits have been hanging up for a while. Let me just, look at that. And over here in the middle of the fire pit, that's a shovel.
James did report this finding to the police. Unfortunately, the police wrote it off as Halloween decorations due to it being October. James was not happy with the answer the police gave him, and he wanted to look further into getting the real answer to this mystery. Later that year, James goes back and sees if it is still there, and this is what he finds.
Okay, first of all, I am not violating any of these no trespassing signs. I'm simply not. I came here only to show you and get it on tape and leave. From here, we can see down there, that's the clearing. So anyway, what they've done, they printed out their own no trespassing signs. Homemade. I'm assuming these are all legally binding. I have no way of knowing, so I'm not taking any chances. You can see they attached them to the trees with ordinary masking tape. These aren't even laminated. This is posted, private property, no trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted. And we've got one there, one there, one there.
James still to this day doesn't have a real answer as to what this is. What do you think it is? A young boy from Riverton, Utah, is 10 years old. On a cold December evening, it was around 6 o'clock. This evening, the boy was by himself as he made his way home from baseball practice.
Oh, shit.
He was walking along when he suddenly observed a two-man, four-door car lurking slowly behind him.
Oh, man.
Great. And claimed that after spotting it, he started moving more quickly, at which point the car drew up directly next to him. In a gesture of greeting, the men inside rolled down their windows. To coax him inside, they placed bags of candy in the back seat. Only a few blocks separated this incident from his home. He continued to walk away from them even more quickly after turning his back on the man. He arrives at his home on his front porch. You can actually make out the vehicle in the backdrop as Graydon drew near. He keeps staring over at it as he approaches his front door. When he tries the front door handle, he discovers that it was also locked at the same moment.
Damn.
The reverse lights of the car come on, and it starts to move in his direction. Graydon shouts and grabs hold of some nearby boulders to protect himself. He then sprints to the home of his neighbors next door. He let himself in via their unlocked door and locked it behind him right away. The vehicle can then be seen going around and continuing to pursue him for a while. While waiting for Green to return to the outside, the vehicle scans the surroundings. Graydon described the males as being in their 30s or 40s with little facial hair when the police were called and a report was made. The police and Green's family are almost certain that the men tried to kidnap him that evening.
Hell yeah.
Lesson learned here is to always pay attention to your surroundings. A woman uploaded a collection of Ring camera videos to the internet in June 2021. She described how her mother had just recently put in 2 Ring cameras all over their home. When she looked through them, she discovered this. A man was strolling around the house's exterior. She noticed right away and noted how effortlessly he was doing it, as if you were only aware of the house's precise outward arrangement. She was concerned since she knew he frequently walked around peering in many windows, including hers. When she noticed it, she reported it to the police over the phone and then showed up. But by then, the man had vanished.
Of course.
They weren't able to do anything much. They essentially merely instructed her to close all of her windows, blinds and drapes. She sent him a kind of trap outside her window because she legitimately feared he could show up again. In the hopes that the man wouldn't notice it and would trip over it, making a lot of noise and alerting her to his presence, she hung a piece of rope between 2 trees. A week later, she would hear someone tumble over the rope at 2 in the morning.
Yep.
The same man from previously was standing outside her window staring in as she opened the live camera feed on her phone right away. She walked up to her mother's room after seeing this film and told her about the man. To frighten the man away, the 2 of them returned to the window, opened the curtains, and began banging on the window glass. They made another call to the police. The woman and her mother eventually moved to someone else because the man had left when they arrived. They never heard anything more from police.
Fucking creep. Tells you open up that window and blast his head off.
This video clip was recorded at 5 in the morning on October 2nd, 2022. It depicts 3 men standing in front of the door to this home. They're brandishing firearms and sporting masks that look like they belong in The Purge. When one of them notices the doorbell camera, he covers it with his hand for the majority of the footage. The homeowner was woken by the camera motion notifications on his phone. When he checks the camera feed, all he can see is a glove covering the camera. Not having viewed the preceding video, he turns on the speaker and makes an effort to make out who is on his front porch. The men remain silent. The owner then dialed the police. However, by the time the police show up, the men have disappeared.
Of course.
Many people think that they were attempting to trick the homeowner into opening the door so that they could rock him.
Yeah.
Then, why not make an effort to get him to answer the door when he rang the doorbell speaker? More often than not, they were attempting to pick the lock while the camera was hidden. Anyone's best guess is what they intended to do once they entered the home.
Yeah,
this video depicts a mother and her children hurriedly collecting their belongings in response to a warning to evacuate. Around the time the incident took place, a wildfire was raging throughout Canyon County, California. You can see smoke and fire looming over the community in the hills behind at the back of the video. They scramble to calm themselves down, but they are unsure of their window of opportunity. Eventually, a guy crosses the street to alert the family of the impending fire. After being taken to a nearby motel for safety, they eventually depart the neighborhood. The fire in and around the house subsided a few days later. They go back and assess the damage. Their house was unharmed, but unfortunately their neighbors' homes were destroyed by the fire. Number 8.
It's messed up.
In September 2022, the video in question was posted to TikTok. About 3 in the morning, the uploader claimed his doorbell camera saw a man crossing the street. You can see him on his Ring doorbell camera, wearing some sort of mask with a drawn-on mustache, as he walks directly towards the front porch of the house and eventually ran into the camera. After receiving numerous notifications on his phone, the homeowner ultimately woke up. Through his windows, he observes the stranger trying to open his door and peering inside. He responded by putting on some clothing and running outdoors to face the man. He chose to phone the police and file a report after he couldn't find him, although it's unlikely that anything came of it. The uploader never provided an update, but given that the man was disguised, it's unlikely that anyone will ever be able to identify him.
Damn, that's crazy, man. You can't chill in your own crib and just feel safe. Damn.
The purpose of uploading this video was to caution viewers to pay attention to their surroundings. The uploader, a lady by the name of Jojo, and her son Daniel can be seen in the video making a late night trip home. They enter through the front door. A man may be seen in the picture approaching the house once they close the door behind them. Jojo tells Daniel to take a shower, but Daniel counters that he is too tired as they argue. Furthermore, this doesn't cover up the audible sound of someone clutching the front door handle seconds after Jojo had locked it. She sees this man when she glances inside. She yells at him to go and then steps back while still maintaining eye contact with the camera. Where the man is from is unknown. Some people say that he followed the two all the way home, while others think that he was calmly waiting for them to come back to the house. In both cases, what would you do if the door was left
he
open?
was watching.
Jojo contacted the police, but by the time they got there, he had left, so it's unlikely that she will ever be able to find out for sure.
Get out of here! There's a guy outside, look!
Look at his eyes. That motherfucker gone, son. Look at him. Fucking psycho.
A residence in Arlington, Texas, suddenly exploded as captured on a Ring doorbell camera. On January 1st, 2022, at 2 in the morning, a huge explosion goes off a few homes away.
Wow. What happened?
A gas appliance that wasn't completely turned off was said to be what triggered the explosion.
I was about to say that, fucking gas
Thankfully,
leak.
nobody was home when it occurred. In actuality, the incident did not cause any injuries. However, there was significant damage. The house sustained significant structural damage, and surrounding structures were also damaged by flying debris. Apartment dwellers across the street reported broken windows due to the blast. Additionally, damaged were parked cars. This woman had just returned from taking her dog for a stroll. She glances to the right as the doorbell video shows someone removing the dog's leash, which prompts her to hastily grab her dog and enter. We quickly discover the reason a man enters the picture and directs his gaze toward the front door. He tries the handle, but she was just in time to lock it.
Yo, bro,
After
daylight.
that, the man begins putting on gloves, and she also mentioned that he was carrying zip ties.
Oh, shit.
Over the following few minutes, he peers into the house and makes numerous attempts at the door handle. A neighbor of hers eventually arrives outside to witness this. He pretends to be working in the yard by picking up a nearby garden hose.
Recording.
The man turns around and approaches the house after the neighbor has gone. He attempted to pry open the back door, which caused the resident to lock herself in a room and summon the police. By this time, the mysterious guy had checked all the windows. He eventually failed to get inside after tearing the screen off one of the back windows. He had fled by the time the police showed up. At that time, there wasn't much the police could do.
It's fucked up.
In the end, the homeowner uploaded the footage to TikTok in the hopes that someone might be able to recognize the man.
In broad daylight,
As
yo.
far as they could.
Okay, my people, that was the top scariest videos online. Now, after watching that, you should have learned to be aware of your surroundings at all times. It's a crazy world out there. Be mindful of what the fuck is going on around you. So, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell on the side. Don't miss out on the new shows coming out from your guy. I don't know what I'm gonna watch, but I guarantee you, it'll be something crappy from the 80s. Or another crazy countdown like this. Peace, y'all.